So we are recording. So I just wanted to go over some dates before Becca goes into her spiel. For those of you pushing for Diamond to get to that Tahoe retreat, whether you are coaches and coaches away or you just need like an Emerald coach, keep pushing. You definitely have time to get there. You've got a little over a week now. If you hit Diamond by the 18th of this month, so that is a week from tomorrow, you will be invited to Lake Tahoe for the Team Hard Hitters, which is our upline team leadership retreat. You just have to hold Diamond from now until the end of the year. So if you need help with that, if you want to push for that, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to help reverse engineer your goals and help you get there however I can. Next Monday, we have a couple of groups that are kicking off for those of you who have challenges that you need to add something to or just looking for something to promote to new challenges right now. We have the charity challenge, the second round, which is going to be kicking off on Monday. So for anybody who has challengers, who has been promoting that and talking to people, definitely add people to that. And also Alyssa, one of the coaches on our team, is going to be running a 5-day clean eating group, which I know she is more than welcome to have anybody add people into. So if you are looking just to kind of expand your network at this point and get more people interested and see what it is that you're doing, that's a great way to do that. And I know that she would love to have more people involved in that. So the nice thing about a clean eating group is you can start inviting people like today, tomorrow, Friday, because there's really no prep work involved. It's nothing they have to order. It's nothing that they have to wait to get in the mail. They can just literally jump right in. So if you're looking for ways, that's great. Just let Alyssa know on the team page. She had posted something a few days ago about wanting to run that group. The 30th of this month is when we are starting our Countdown to Christmas challenge, which is going to be really great. So definitely get the word out about that. And as well, we've decided, I know the graphics that we made do not reflect this, but we have decided between Andy and I, just to make things really easy, especially with her like about to pop any day now, that we are going to start our new coach boot camps on the 1st of every month, regardless of what day that first runs on. So even if it's not a Monday, the 1st of the month is going to be our 2-week new coach boot camp. So if you have people to add to it, go ahead and add them. If you have people in between time that they want to get started ahead of time, we do have that go at your own pace boot camp that you can add them to. But from December going onward until we split off and do our own thing, the 1st of the month is when we're going to run those on. And until Andy gets a little bit settled, we're definitely going to just stick to that for her as well. The 29th of this month as well, Kelly on Team Hard Hitters is running a 1-day coach sneak peek. So if you have anybody who is interested in coaching, is not really sure that they want to do it, this is a great place to add them to. Kelly runs a lot of groups. If you're not in the Hard Hitters page and you want to be, let us know. But you all, I think, should be. And she's got a lot of really great groups, and she lets everybody into them. And the one thing I will say, because her team is quite a bit larger than our little team here, she has a ton of people who are involved in those, and having a coach sneak peek group that has a lot of very involved people gets people excited about it. So if you've got people, that's a really great group to add them to, just to kind of see what coaching is all about, what our Fit Fam is all about. And then as well, we've got the Hammer and Chisel that is coming out December 1st. I don't know if anybody has started any events. I created my event. I have not posted many videos in it yet. I am shooting videos this weekend that I'm going to post, like the preview workouts and stuff. But we are going to run the Hammer and Chisel preview event, and that's going to start the 14th of December and run for 2 weeks, because we figure with the holidays, people aren't going to be really set on a schedule. And then starting after the new year, we're going to run through the full 60-day program all together, all at once. So definitely start promoting that. If you can get people on board right away, they're more than welcome in that preview group. And throughout the month of December, be talking to people about it, because starting after the new year, that's going to be a really fun program. From what I understand, it is not a beginner program, so there's no modifier in it. You do need some equipment. You're going to need free weights. You're going to need either a pull-up bar or the bands that you attach to the door. And you're going to need either a weight bench, which is recommended, or a medicine ball to do that program. So it's not for beginners. at all whatsoever. This is for somebody who has at least been doing some kind of program. But yeah, just to put that out there. Then the last thing I wanted to talk about, that's all of our group stuff. I know I've heard a lot lately, you guys, about how it is a slow month and it's the holiday season and it's so hard to get people on board. And I get it, trust me, but I just kind of wanted to get us out of that mindset, I guess, because one, that mindset is going to put you in conversations thinking that, okay, I'm talking to you, but you're probably not going to sign up right now. And that's not going to get them excited about the program. And two, I signed up as a coach a year ago on September 1st. So I signed up at like the beginning of slow season. And I will tell you, it was not slow for me. Like, I came out of the gates running. I decided I was going to get people on board, that I was excited about it. And my excitement, and I honestly didn't hear about the slow season because I was a new coach. I didn't really pay attention to what people were saying about what season it was. It didn't matter to me. To me, I was excited to be signed up as a coach. And I feel like that helped me. I came out of the gate strong, just thinking in my head that I was going to do it and that I was going to get people on board with me and that I was going to go gung-ho. I was going to hit Emerald, which I know a lot of you have probably seen the video that Brandy Bots has done about Emerald being a decision. I 100% agree with her that becoming an Emerald coach is a decision. It is getting 2 people on board with you. Your goal as a coach, if you want to run this business, if you want to make an income at this, should be to hit Success Club 5 at least every month, which means you're hitting the 3 Lives Club. You're helping 3 people every month. And if you're doing that, sign 2 of those people up as coaches. I'll tell you right now, my first 2 coaches, one was my husband, and he wanted to drink Shakeology, so that was a blessing because he was going to drink it anyway, so I had to figure out a way to do that cheaper. But my second coach was a friend that wanted to sign up with the challenge pack, and 2 months later, she was not a coach anymore, which goes to show, 1, sign up discount coaches because it'll get you where you want to go, but 2, always be recruiting coaches, always be signing up new coaches because you're going to have coaches that quit. You're going to have coaches that come to you and are gung-ho and they want to run this right off the bat and they're super excited and then they peter out. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let that make you feel like you've failed them in some way or that you're failing as a coach. People are going to come to this in their own time. So come out of the gates running. Don't think about this being the slow months because, yeah, it's the holidays, but this is a great time to get people on board. I had, honestly, and I think Shannon was probably one of them, I've had a lot of people who asked their spouses or family members to buy them a program for Christmas because they wanted to do this. They couldn't necessarily afford it themselves. And that is what got them started in this. So look at it that way. Look at it that you have something to share with people. And that's something that Becca is going to share with you guys too, because I know she's going to talk about kind of getting in the right mindset and getting into that. You've got an opportunity to share with people versus I'm bothering people. So don't think of it that way. But I just want you guys to all kind of come out of the gates running. Don't think about this being the slow months because if that is your mindset, that's where you're going to be. And think of it like even if you're not hitting Success Club 10 every month, and even if you're not getting a ton of challengers signed up, you can hit Success Club 5. And if you were talking to those 3 people a day, I don't know if you guys saw Carl Deichler did a whole thing about talk to 3 people a day, plant those 3 seeds a day, and he has like this harvest calendar, which is kind of cheesy, but I love it anyway. And you write your 3 people that you talk to, and think of that as seeds that you're planting, because the more people you talk to, come January, come February, those are the people that are going to come back to you and be interested because they're going to see your consistency. They're going to see that you're still doing this and you're still posting and that you made it through the holidays, maybe even losing some weight, maybe doing some other goal, getting to some other goal that you had instead of gaining that 10 pounds that a lot of people gain over the holidays. So be that example for them. Be the person who at Thanksgiving dinner is enjoying your food but is not overindulging on your food and is portioning it out correctly and is still enjoying the holidays without overindulging on it. Be that example for your friends, for your family. And yeah, that's kind of my little spiel on it. I'm not gonna lie. Just everything that you guys are doing right now, I will tell you, is going to pay off tenfold come the new year. So even if you're feeling like, God, this is really rough and everybody's saying no to me, we all get that. We all get that. I had a rough couple of months coming into this month, and now it's paying off. Now I'm getting these people sign up, and I'm meeting new people, and I'm getting into new networks. I talked to Andy, for example, my success partner, and I was like, God, I don't know where to network anymore. I'm feeling in a slump. I'm feeling in a rut. I'm not sure where to go from here. And so I called her. And if you don't have a success partner, get one. If you need one, I will help set you up with one, because it helps. But I talked to her and I was like, help me. Like, I need a pep talk. I need somebody to just give me a kick in the butt and tell me what it is that I should do from here. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that guidance. You need that person that just tells you where to go. And she was like, okay, well, let's think of things that you are interested in. You like to organize, which I do. I'm a little crazy Monica from Friends, I'm not going to lie. But I like to organize. I like to do things like that. She's like, join an organization group. And the last 2 coaches that I've signed have been girls that I've met from that group. Just randomly met from this group. So just think of that. Think of different ways that you can reach out to people, different ways that you can network. If you need help thinking of that, know that we're all here to brainstorm with you. Post it in the team page, send me a message. But yeah, so that's my little spiel for the night. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Becca, and she's going to talk to you guys just about a few things that she's got on her mind that I think is going to help all of you going into these next couple of months and to finish this Fall Classic strong. So hopefully you guys are all on a team. But Becca, I'll go ahead and unmute you, and you are good to go.
Thanks. So earlier I was going to like write down like a bunch of like little bullet points that I wanted to go over, because I like always lose my train of thought, but figured I would do it best if it came out however it was supposed to come out. But I usually just do better that way. But anyway, but yeah, so my mindset last month compared to this month completely shifted. I kind of like I got off to a rough start last month, and I was just like, everyone's saying it's like the slow season, like it's just going to be crappy, and maybe I'll reach Success Club 5. And I'm like, I was sitting there telling myself, like, I didn't even tell you, Shayna, this, but I'm just like, well, maybe it won't be a big deal if I don't even reach Success Club. Like, you know, like I still have money coming in from like people on HD, or, you know, I didn't really have the right mindset. And I was just like letting what I was hearing from like team pages or just like videos I watch on YouTube and stuff about like it being a tough time of year. And I was letting that dictate how I was reaching out to people. And like Shayna had just mentioned, like going into the conversation thinking like, well, they probably won't buy anything anyway because it's the slow time of year. And I struggled last month for a while, and the month before that as well, September and October. And so I wanted to talk about, basically I just had a mindset shift, and I told myself that like I'm not bothering people. Like I am offering them something that is going to change their life. And when I wasn't up on my personal development, like I would literally in the morning, I was like so worried about getting certain amount of like messages sent out and like, you know, getting back to people so my inbox wasn't flooded, that like I wasn't even focusing on my personal development in the morning. And that was affecting how, you know, like my relationships were going with the people that I was talking to. Okay. And gosh. So hold on, sorry, this little one here. Of course, wouldn't be a Zoom chat without this. But so when I went into these conversations towards the end of October, things changed, and I was like, I need to go into this with, like, first of all, I need to get myself right. And that was like making sure to at least do 10 minutes a day of personal development. And I know like I enjoy watching videos and everything and listening to like team calls from top leaders and things like that. But really it was like focusing in on the area that I was struggling the most in to be successful. And that was leadership. And like my team started growing, and like I had no idea what to do with them. And like I wasn't doing what I had to do to help them. And I was only focusing on myself and points and like not necessarily people. And I was just focusing on the Success Club points, and it showed. And so once I really sat back and thought about like what I was doing wrong, that I wasn't, you know, like where I had gone wrong from, you know, compared to the months before, I noticed that I was lacking in my leadership, and I was lacking in the area of how I was going into conversations with people. And I was sending the same template, but it was like, I was kind of just trying to like rush to the sale and not actually taking the time to like get to know them and building relationships, because that is huge. So what I did for like mid to end of October was I really started focusing in on not like going into it with them buying a challenge pack or signing up as a coach. I went into it and I thought, like, how can I get to know this person? How can they get to know me? Would they be a cool friend? Would they be someone that like I would hang out with, even though, you know, I meet people from all over the country? But, and I can tell you in the last couple weeks, I've met some awesome people. And like, you know, maybe I'll meet them down the road one day, maybe I won't. But like, I like text with a few of these people and I'm messaging with them all the time. And I have a lot of things in the works. And it's just because like I'm sharing what I'm doing, and I'm not that I'm pushing it on them, but like I'm sharing what I'm doing, and it's intriguing to them because like it shows through my posts and what I talk about with them that it's making me happy and that it's working for me. And what I thought of was that I'm not just trying to push a challenge back on someone. I'm not trying to like get them to sign up as a coach for a benefit for me. What we have here, not only the products, but like we have a life-changing opportunity that is literally for everyone. It's for every single person out there, whether it's the challenge pack because they need, yes, that is Mickey. Whether it's the challenge pack and the products that we have, because they need to lose weight, or in my case, when I signed up, I had to gain weight. So there you go. It's not all about losing weight. They just want to be healthy. Or the coaching opportunity is something that they would enjoy. And that can be whether they want to. Shh. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. You would think she never saw Mickey Mouse Clubhouse before. And regarding the coaching opportunity, like whether or not they want to actually build an income or they just want a discount, like everyone could use a discount on a product that they're going to be using anyway. And then a lot of the people that I talk to are stay-at-home moms, because that's my main niche market. And obviously they could benefit from this, and their families could, because they would have their own income coming in. So when I thought about it that way, because I would say to Shayna or Sarah, my success partner, like I just, you know, feel like I'm bothering people, and it's just like I would sit there and literally like not reach out to certain people because one, I felt like I was bothering them. It hadn't been long enough in between the time that I talked to them last, or that like they just weren't going to sign up anyway, or like they were going to ignore my message anyway. So I just wouldn't reach out to them. And I can say a few people that I signed up this month and a few people that have said that they're interested are the most random people that like, if I would have ruled them out like I was doing last month, like I wouldn't have some of the things in the works, and I wouldn't have signed up some of the people that I did sign up. And all of that stems back to the personal development that I was lacking. So as cheesy as it sounds, like it's very beneficial to us in pushing our businesses forward. And that's where I was lacking before. And I know that it showed with how I was talking to people, because what I did was I went back in and I checked out messages, and I thought, like, where did I go wrong in this conversation? And you can't be so quick to jump to like what you want out of the conversation. Like, what does this person need out of the conversation? And so they don't, like, I know you're just like, I want you to get the challenge pack now. Like, I want you to sign up now. Like we all want that instant gratification. But if you take the time to get to know them, then like, yes, they'll probably sign up down the road, because most people end up doing that. But what you have built in the meantime is a relationship with this person. They trust you, you trust them, you have a friendship, And so if they decide to be a business partner, like, you know, it's going to be someone that you want to work with and that you're going to want to talk to every day. Two of the coaches that I signed up last month, like, I seriously enjoy talking to them every day. And if I would have let my fear and doubt get in the way of reaching out to them, then, like, I wouldn't have them to talk to every day and, like, have rekindled the relationship from the past. So when I started thinking about things that way, it really helped. And everything that I was doing last month to make up for where I went wrong for a little bit of time there helped me start off November strong. So, and I was going to go into November thinking, like, well, it's Thanksgiving. Like, who the hell wants to eat healthy? And, like, who wants to use 21-day fix containers? Like, everyone just wants to stuff their face with their family for the holidays and things like that. I know that's what I like to do. But when I thought, like, how I have made changes and how I want to continue with those changes and how it's possible this time of year, and with the strong start that I had starting off the month, like, I knew that this whole time of year being slow, like, it's not the same for everyone. Like, it can be your best month of the year. It's just what you make of it. So that's my little spiel on that. But what I wanted to go over was, I had shared this with Sarah the other day, but I kind of have found a few tactics that have been working. I know Shannon probably knows. I think we have talked about this before, and Shayna obviously, but I have found a few tactics of how to meet other people that has been really beneficial in meeting people that, like, you want to talk to, not just meeting anyone. So I'm part of a ton of mom groups on Facebook, because that's, like, my main thing. Breastfeeding groups. They're like, mom and breastfeeding are, like, the two main hashtags that I search on Instagram. I search random stuff on Instagram too, but anyway, they're, like, my two main ones. But what I have been doing is I have all of my groups on Facebook that I'm part of, and each day, and I, like, rotate which ones I post. And, like, if I, like, have, like, a legitimate question regarding nursing, then I'll post, you know, in whatever one I think I get the best feedback from. Or if it's something like, because my child hates eating, you know, I'll post in a group about, like, toddlers with food, things like that, basically pertaining to what I have going on, what I'm really wondering about. But I post a question in there, and I do this every single day, sometimes twice or 3 times a day, and I rotate which groups I post in. And the people that comment on my questions, then I comment back with them, and you do it a few times, going back and forth, and always ending with a question or putting a question in there somewhere. And then after going back and forth a few times, I send them a friend request. And while you're, like, in the moment of commenting back and forth with someone, and you send them a friend request, like, chances are they're going to accept it there instead of, like, you know, sending it, like, 2 days later. They're not going to remember you probably. So I usually do that after, like, 2 or 3 comments back and forth, and send that friend request. And some people won't accept it, and that's cool. But that's how I've been growing my network a lot the last, I don't know, like, month and a half. And so what I do with that is, within, like, 2 or 3 days of them accepting my friend request, I just send them a message like, hey, thanks for the ad on here. And what I've been doing lately is adding in there, hey, thanks for the ad on here. You know, it's always nice to make new mommy friends or whatever. It's part of my business to connect with awesome people on social media, and adding that in there, because what that does is gets them wondering, like, what business you're talking about. I mean, some ask about it, some don't, but then at least it plants the seed and leaves it open for conversation eventually, because it always comes up, like, what do you do for a living? So it's just a question that comes up regardless of who you're talking to at some point in the conversation. So that has been a great way that I've made a lot of friends, and, like, women I talk to all the time. And that's been really beneficial. So I have been doing that. And then another thing that I've been doing is friends of mine on Facebook, when they comment, or not comment, when they post a status or a question or something like that on Facebook, I will see what other people have commented and said on that status. And then I will comment back and forth with those people and build a relationship that way. And again, you know, send them a friend request and then build a relationship that way. And what that does is I see who I have similar interests with. Like this one girl, for example, I just met, I don't know, like 5-6 days ago. You know, we've been texting today just back and forth and everything, but like I could tell that she had the same exact sense of humor that I had just by the way she was commenting on a friend of our status. And like, I've been texting with her and I feel like I've known this girl forever. And like, yes, it's cool. She's like, you know, asking questions about coaching and thinking about doing it. But like overall, like I made a friend and connected with someone who showed interest in what I'm doing. But more importantly, like we have daughters who are very close in age and we have the same exact sense of humor. So I've been doing that with my friends on Facebook, and I've made a lot of friends that way. And what I have found as well, depending on who this mutual friend that we have is, like we may actually know each other from somewhere. You know, like for me, like commenting on something from someone from high school, chances are like somebody else may pop up in those comments that like I totally forgot about. And then it's kind of like part of a memory jogger. Hold on, I need a sip of water. So those are the two things that I'm doing a lot lately, as well as Instagram. I'm not going to get like too into Instagram right now, but that's another effective tool that I've used for my business. And then there was one other thing that I heard on a team call that I've been doing lately with my challenge groups. So I don't require that you buy a challenge pack to get in there, but what I have been doing is I let them know that the only requirement is that they do a beach body workout. And what that does is get them asking about beach body. And if they're just like, you know, the conversation's not really going anywhere to getting to, you know, a challenge pack or a beach body program, if they're really interested and they're at least interested in like the meal planning and just like having a support group because they go to the gym every day or they want to get back into working out, I've been adding them. And what that does is, because I have a few coaches that help me run my groups, or I'm posting in their daily as well as my challengers. They see what everyone's posting every day, Shakeology, pretty little colorful containers. And then one girl I was talking with today, she's like, so I see the common denominator of your group is this Shakeology that everyone's talking about and posting about. Can you tell me more about it? So yes, it worked to my benefit, but Shakeology is also going to benefit her. Like I know it's going to benefit her life. She doesn't have any weight to lose, but she's a busy mom on the go. She wants to get back in shape. And she wants to get healthy again and feel good about herself again. So this product, it's not like I'm forcing something on her. She saw it. She reached out about it. And I know that it's going to help her. So I've been doing that with my challenge groups lately. And it's not like just giving stuff away for free because, yeah, the meal plans are in there. We put a lot into them. But what it's doing is like, first of all, inspiring them to get back to being fit and healthy. But it's also helping me because they're seeing like what's going on. They're asking questions about the products. So I've been doing that lately and it's been really effective as well. So those are the few things that I wanted to go over because like I said, like, you know, I know a lot of us going into this time of year thinking it's not going to be the greatest time, but at least implementing a few new tactics can get you excited and get that momentum going to at least find a few different ways to like drive your business forward. Or if what you're doing is not working, maybe use a few of these. And if any of you have any questions, feel free to message me and ask me, and talk about it. But I just wanted to share that with all of you so that you could all have a few new tricks up your sleeve. So that's about it. So.
Awesome. I loved it. I think the one thing that I really, really loved about what you said was you said to look at you were looking at your messages that you had sent from last month or a few weeks ago or whatever, and kind of went over them to kind of reflect on what was I saying? Where did I go wrong in that conversation? Where could I have worded something differently? And I feel like that is something that a lot of times we forget to do. We have these templates that we give to you on how to talk to challengers, how to talk to your leads, how to talk about coaching. Those are just basic templates. Like the ones that I share, for example, in the Team Goal Crushers page are things that have worked for me. They're worded the way that I talk to people. They're worded in a way that relates to the people that are in my market. And that might not work for you, and that's fine. But it gives you a basis of where to start. And then you can kind of, like Becca said, look back at the messages that you've sent that haven't worked out, that people have said no or they haven't responded to you, and look at it and be like, okay, how could I have worded that differently to have gotten a better response or a response altogether? And the other thing that I loved that you said, Becca, and it's so true, especially when we're pushing for goals, one of our things that we think about is, God, I want you to buy the dang challenge pack. I want you to sign up as a coach. Like, you get in that mindset of like, come on, like I'm trying to hit Success Club or I'm trying to hit this new rank advancement. Think of it like, and this is exactly what Becca said, would they be a friend? Would this person be somebody that you want to talk to every day? Would this person be somebody who would be your friend? Like if you lived by them, would you see this person? Would you go out with them and talk to them and have something to relate with them about? Because if not, do you want a bunch of coaches on your team like that you can't relate to, that you can't talk to, that you can't be yourself around? I mean, you want to build a team of like-minded people. So you've got to think about that. And I love that you brought that up because it's so true. Like you want to find people that are going to be like you. And then the last thing that I liked that you had brought up is how you branch out in all these groups. And I love that. And I think for me personally anyway, I know when I first started listening to team calls, I heard about all these people and how they branched out in groups, and this is how I networked, and I just got into all these groups, and I was thinking in my head, and I'm sure many of you are, if you're not, you have way more time than I even know, but I thought in my head, how do you have time to keep up with all of these groups? Because to me, that is overwhelming, and I don't want to be on my phone all the time. I personally, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate, I went into coaching because I wanted to be home with my son. And if I am on my phone the whole time, that defeats the purpose. I may as well have found a 9-to-5 job where I go to work because I want to be present with him. So for me, this is something that has worked for me, and everybody is different, but just wanted to share. I find 3 groups, and I only have 3, but I find 3 groups where I'm connecting with people. They are like-minded people to me. They're people who I feel comfortable commenting on their stuff and on their questions and pictures and posts, and who I feel like I can ask questions to that I genuinely care about and I'm genuinely interested in, and I'm going to get some good feedback on. And I focus on 3 groups at a time. And if I am not feeling like these are people I can connect to, or like, let's say I have a great conversation going with these people in a post and I send them a friend request and nobody accepts my friend request. It happens, you guys. It happens to all of us. I move on. I'm like, okay, this is not my group. Like nobody in this group is responsive to what it is that I am putting across. No one is open to making new friends outside of the group, like bringing them into more of your personal circle on your personal page. And I focus on 3 groups, and every day I go into those 3 groups and I'll comment on stuff people are posting, I'll ask questions, because I feel, for me anyway, that I can focus on 3 groups at a time without feeling completely overwhelmed by it and without feeling like I'm not being engaged enough in the group for people to know who I am. Because that's another thing. You don't want to go into groups and just randomly start friend requesting people if nobody knows who you are. Anyway, I loved all the stuff that Becca shared. I loved looking back at your old messages because it really is, even now, I reflect on the posts that I make. I go back to old messages that I've sent and I think, okay, how could I have done that differently? What can I tweak for the next person? Where was my mindset? Like Becca said, I was not in the best mindset last month, and that showed. It showed my success clip points, but more importantly, it showed my messages to people. And that is where it's all about. Like you can't build a relationship with somebody, a good relationship with somebody, if you're not in the mindset to be building that relationship. If you go into the conversation thinking, buy a challenge pack, like, come on, get on board with me. Like, if that's your mindset, of course the conversation's not going to go right. So you definitely want to get in the right mindset for that. But all of that being said, I'm going to go ahead and open up all of your guys' mics. So if anybody has questions for Becca, anything that you wanted to comment about or ask her about, now's your chance. So ask away. Y'all are always quiet now. Next time you all in line.
We talked about that for like hours the other day.
Yeah.
So we're good.
We're good.
I love that you guys are success partners because I feel like you guys are like right on the same page with stuff too. So that's great. Because I talk to both of you quite a lot, and I feel when I talk to you guys, I'm like, I'm talking to the same person sometimes because you're on the same page, which I love. So
See, like, for example, with you, Shayna, like, stop yelling. Like, I would totally, like, be at your doorstep, like, every day. And that's, like, you know, like, that's the type of relationship you want to have with people you're, like, I mean, you're going to have discount coaches. But, like, for people who want to run the business, like, you want to have people that you enjoy talking to. And, like, you want your coach to be someone that you enjoy going to and asking questions. And, like, the coaches that you personally sponsor, like, you don't want to see their name pop up and be like, you know, like, I don't want to talk to this person. I don't want to help them out, that type of thing.
This is something that I've shared. I've shared this with Becca, I'm sure, and I'm sure I probably shared this with other people too. As you grow your team, you'll notice that you are saying the same thing over and over again to different people. Because you're always signing new people. You're always getting new people who don't know what it is you already know as a coach. So you have to find people who don't care about saying those things over and over again too, because you like working with them, you like talking to them, and you enjoy spending the time with those people. Because that's, to me anyway, I say it all the time, we're a fit family, and that's the way I look at it. I want a group of women and men who I feel like I can be a family with, who I feel like I can just be myself with. I can come on these team calls without makeup on in my pajamas and not worry about being judged and just talk and get everything out in the open. And that's what I want from our team. And you need to think about, what do you want from your team? Because whether you're a brand new coach, you're an emerald coach, you're a diamond coach, wherever you are in this business, if you want this to be something that's going to be a full-time income for you, you're going to grow your team. So you need to think, what do you want that culture to look like? What do you want from your team? And it might be something completely different from what I want from my team, and that's totally okay, but you need to when you're coaches. You want people who are going to be not just placeholders and not just discount coaches, but people who are your friends and that you like and enjoy talking to. Because I will tell you right now, regardless, you're going to be talking to them a lot. So you want to make sure that's going to be the people you want to surround yourself with. Because I will tell you right now, I talk to Becca on pretty much a daily basis. I talk to Shannon on almost a daily basis. I talk to Sarah on almost a daily basis. And we talk to these people every day. And if they were people who were negative and kept me in a bad mindset, that's where my business would go. But these are people that lift me up. They inspire me. They give me motivation, and they give me that drive to do what it is I want to do. So surround yourself with those people. Find those people because they're out there.
I gotta go. This kid smells really bad right now. I'm like, he's proud.
Clapping. Good job, Parker.
Emily's showing off her puppy.
And Parker's clapping for his stinky diaper.
It is so stinky. I heard it behind me, and I'm like, what is that smell?
Baby.
It's a baby.
I love it.
What?
Oh no, puppy go.
Where'd the puppy go? Oh, this is like recorded.
This is fantastic. This is real life, you guys. This is coaching right here. All right, Sarah. Well, have a great night and awesome work today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, I'm sure. So, bye.
Bye.
All right, so does anybody have any other questions for Becca or me or any of the groups, or just anything you feel like you need to like vent or brainstorm, because now's your time.
I totally had a question and it completely slipped my mind.
We're talkers, that's what happens. This is why it's my chicken scratch, but I like write it all down because we're all talkers, and by the time I get to my question, I'm like, wait, shoot, what was my question? Story of my life. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording since we're done, and then if anybody has anything else they want to talk about afterwards, and I hope to see a lot more of you guys on the call next week. I just like seeing your faces, to be honest. I like being able to connect with you that way because it's so different than just sending messages and seeing you guys on the team page. So if you can make it, definitely do. We'll have a team call next week, and then the team call the day before Thanksgiving, we're going to go ahead and cancel because I know a lot of us have plans. So, all right, that's all for the recording.